Chio,
Hello?
Rocio wants
Sure.
to read.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Ni paño, ni to has something. Yes. La ni sa ni tan tro ton no.
Okay. Say nyon.
Nion.
Yeah. Say yi.
Yi.
Yeah. Say ni.
Ni.
Yeah, this is what? Enya?
Ajá, ni.
Ni. Yeah.
Ni.
Yeah. Say tsen.
Sen.
Yeah, if there's an N on the end of the vowel, it changes the quality. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
say tun.
Tun.
Yeah. Chu.
Chu. Oh, really?
Really? Yeah. This makes it longer and it changes the O to a U.
No. Chu. Chu.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Great.
Thank you.
Any help her out, everybody. What's Nipa?
Second.
The second.
Yeah. Um, Meaning the second part. I don't know what second part. Geshe wrote it here for us. The second part about the Nyuni.
The negative consciousness.
Yeah, which they usually call what?
Kunchi.
Roxana, what do they call it usually?
It was longer, right? Nyomongi something.
No, they almost never call it that. Nomong Cheni.
Oh,
No, they usually just call it E.
oh right.
Yeah, which just means mind and is confusing unless someone tells you, oh, that time, because mind is used a million times in these books. But in this book, it's a code word for a specific part of your mind called the negative consciousness. It has ni.
Who?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now we come to our second section about the negative consciousness, and that can be broken into two sections. The tseni, which we just had in Xiaoping's class as vocabulary.
Definition.
Yeah, exactly, Tracy. Good. And then chudun.
Something that related.
Yeah. I mean, you're reading down there, but what does chu actually mean?
Link something.
Hmm?
Spread.
Yeah, it does mean something like that. It's things that come off of it, like spokes, like things that shoot off from the main subject. Okay. It literally means something like elaboration. And it kind of is what like the sun does with light. Like light will spread out from the sun. It doesn't just go in one place. So yeah, it's related points. Um, good. And what does dun mean?
Object. Things.
No, it means mean. I was joking.
Okay.
Um, yeah. I should just put points, but this is like related meanings, literally, I believe. Okay. Chio, please read the English. Oh, wait, this is a period if you don't know, okay? It's just a period.
Okay. This brings us back to our original point on the definition we are using. Here, we begin second part, which is to define what negative consciousness is. We processed in two steps. First, the definition itself, and then secondly, some related point.
Yeah, okay. Um, I'm going over every word, but sometimes I'm going to skip las, hangs, and no. such words. These are particles which either are obvious. Tang means and, so I skip them sometimes. This is just a period. I won't always mention it. And la can mean several things: to, in, at, towards, above, on, all those things. And sometimes it's hard in context or outside of context to translate them. So I have to skip it for the class to make sense. Okay. Here it means here this is an idiomatic use of the word of the ladun. It's something like in parts, but they don't say parts, they just say la, right? So this is in two parts. So this is kind of in two, which you can say in English, like I split the pizza in two. It means like two parts. But yeah, so certain particles I will not go over, and that's why. Who wants to read? Roxanne, you should read this. We were just talking about it.
Okay, profe. Tamponyo mongchenki yiki tenini mikpa kunshi naminki chani tetentu kurpa naminki kunshi la mikne.
Yeah. Wait, what happened to your hair? Did you comb it or something?
Did.
I can tell. I live with Latinas. It's all hair at my house.
Yeah,
Are you going out or something? You look like you're going out.
maybe.
Okay, okay. Have fun. Have fun without me, without all of us. What does Tongpo? Your hair looks nice. What does Tongpo mean?
Firstly,
Yeah, first of all, or first, yeah. Nongmong Chengi Yi.
the mind that has negative emotions.
Exactly. It's actually not even mind. It's really consciousness. Um, but it literally means mind. So this is the long form of Nyun. This is Nyungmong Chen, the thing that possesses negativity or something like that, or negative emotions, or I guess it's Nyungmong literally is negative emotion. We used to say mental affliction. So you'll see mental affliction in books as well. And the Sanskrit is klesha. So in Sanskrit, this is klishta manas or something like that, meaning the mind which has or produces kleshas is related to. I don't know. We're just talking about this yi. It literally means mind, but here it means consciousness. This is the genitive particle. It just means of, okay? Or apostrophe s in English. This is the tseni of it.
Definition of it.
Yeah, exactly. What's this ni mean?
Just that it's going to explain further on
Yeah, why is it just stuck there like that?
because it's part of the root text.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, this ni is from the root text. So, it's a little strange in Tibetan to do it this way. And actually, okay, I highlighted all these commas, these shays. But actually, I think these all should be highlighted if I think about it now, because I didn't get it before. This is like my first real translation. And I didn't know what I was doing. But maybe these all should be highlighted because this comma, I think now is the next comma. And then he puts some words of explanation, and then he puts the next words. You see?
Oh, gotcha. Mhm.
Yeah, that's why there's two of them. You could possibly put one, but you don't really need any after a knee. After a knee, you don't need a shay. They're both he's showing us where the next line of the verse begins. I don't know, maybe I'll mention it to Geshe. So yeah, the mikbuzz.
The object that is perceived.
Uh-huh. Mikbuzz a hard word in Tibetan because it can mean object, it can mean the perception or the object itself. And they're supposed to
The
be pronounced.
Roadrunner.
They're supposed to. I have roadrunners. I have a roadrunner that comes in my yard every once in a while.
Seriously?
Uh-huh.
Can you send us a video? I've never
I live in
seen
the
one.
desert. I hate sending videos. No. I live in the desert. And there's what I hate more than sending videos is taking them. I'm like, I actually want to live this moment. I don't want to watch video it.
That is very fair.
Anyway, it comes in randomly. I don't know. I'd have to be like all day, and I'm not that dude. Anyway, if something random should happen and I can take a video, I will, because it's you, okay? Yeah, we have roadrunners, we have coyotes, we have the whole thing. Anyway, mikvah means it's pronounced different. It's mikvah when it's one, and it's mikvah when it's the other. And I always mix them up. I've asked Geshe like 3 times. I stopped asking him. I try to remember. I think mikvah is when you focus, and mikvah is when it's the object. But yeah, maybe I'll ask him again. So I think it's the the thing that focuses on the kunshi namen. What is that?
The ripened part of the foundation consciousness.
Now I'm annoyed. Now I have to feel like I have to take a Roadrunner video.
It's okay. Tracy said she has a video, so she can send it.
Whatever.
You don't have to.
I know where those Roadrunners usually live, because I walk around my neighborhood, and I'm a bit of a nature kind of guy. And I figured it out. I was like, there's 2 of them. I think they're mates. And they, they run around the neighborhood looking for food and stuff. And they didn't used to come my yard, but then I let the natural herbs grow high, so they have stuff to like hide in. And now there's all these insects and stuff in my yard that don't usually exist. Because I stopped killing everything. Imagine that. Yeah, Namen, the ripened part of the foundation consciousness. What does that mean, Roxana?
It means the part that you actually see, I guess that you perceive, not just the seeds.
You're correct.
That are...
Perfect. If it was a refrigerator, which part of the fridge would it be? The stuff inside the fridge being stored, or
No, the other option.
yeah, exactly. It's foundation consciousness is hard. Okay, kunshi means foundation consciousness in English. That's what we translate it as. But there's another way to translate the word, which is storehouse consciousness. Okay, and it can be both. The Sanskrit is alaya, which just means the foundation of everything. But you can translate it as storehouse, meaning it's the place where you keep your seeds, and it's the thing that perceives the seeds as they ripen, which is weird. Okay. So that means if that part of your mind was a refrigerator, it would be the food in the fridge being stored. And the outside of the fridge itself is actually like an eye, like an eye, like an ear, perceiving things. Okay. And that's the namen part, the ripen part. Mike's thinking about it. I like it. He's like, what? That's the cha part. What's cha mean?
Part.
Yeah, part, exactly. And it acts as a ten.
As something that relies upon the basis.
It's the base. Yeah. If I put a B in front of it, what is that?
Relying upon becomes a verb.
Yeah, it becomes a verb. The thing that needs something to rely on. Yeah. this is my glass case here. This is a ten, RTEN, and this is BRTEN upon it, relying upon it. Okay, on my hand. If I take my hand away, it falls, right? All right. Okay, Tenta Gyurpa, it is a base. It acts as a base. Te, what's this te?
It's just explaining further, like a M dash.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Good. Yeah, that part alone, this ni means alone. That part alone um is the foundation consciousness. That's the part that the Nyun Yi, Nyung Mong Chengi Yi focuses on. That's its definition. It's Seni. Furthermore, it is a base for the Namen,
For the ripened part.
or which is ripened, I suppose. The Namen, I don't know. The ripened part of the Kunshi.
Foundation consciousness.
Yeah. La.
On, in.
Yeah. Yeah. To which it mix.
To which it perceives.
Yeah, it focuses. It focuses. Yeah. By the way, this book is very hard. This is not an easy book. Um, yeah. What do we did Diamond Cutter. We just read the Diamond Cutter though, okay? Mostly, right? We're going a little deeper into this. For your first book, it's very hard, okay? Just so you know. Read the English, please.
I know you gave me a mind-only book as well, so I do
Oh yeah,
understand the
that book is
torture.
possible.
Thank you for it again.
Welcome.
Here first, then, is the definition of that state of mind which possesses negative emotions. The object that it focuses upon is restricted to that part of the foundation consciousness which has already ripened from seeds. That is, it is directed towards the ripened section of the foundation consciousness, the section that serves as a basis.
Yeah, good. Directed towards Tibetan.
Mikne.
Pa?
Huh?
Is it Mikpa?
Yeah, I think it's the McNay
What
at
we
the end here.
focus on?
McNay. I think so. I don't know. I feel like this law could be the towards though. It's arguable. Yeah. But all right. It's the Mick though. The directed is the Mick. Focused. You're correct, Jessica. All right, very good, Roxana. I'll look out for the Roadrunner, all right? Yeah. All right. I don't even like having my phone on me. It's really annoying. I was one of the last people I knew to get a cell phone. All my friends were bothered. They're like, you're the one who needs a cell phone the most. People are always trying to contact you. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I don't want one. They can try. All right, who wants to read next? Come on, volunteer.
I do. I do.
Who
Oh, sorry.
else said it? Was that Mike Hoffman? Mike first. Jessica, you gets to read all the time. You can read next, Jessica. All right, ready, Mike?
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Nampagang Zaki Daktu
Whoa,
Tawa
say Kangsak.
Nampa Kangzaki Daktu Tawa Gobo Nomong
Ngo,
Ngobo
ngo.
no Ngoo Nyomong Pachenyi Pegripa
Drip,
Yinla
drippa.
Tripa
Yep.
Yinla Gewadang Migewa Kangduang Lung Duma Tempa.
Yeah, good. Mike, I heard you read during the retreat. It was pretty good.
Thanks. I've been reading every day.
Oh, really?
Your golden key.
Oh no, scary.
Yes, I'm not up to this part yet. I read like a half a page a day. That's all I can get through.
Yeah,
I,
you're
I
like,
read one paragraph and I sit on it for like a half an hour. I'm like, what does this mean?
I know. I had to do that for like 6 years. It was like 3 paragraphs every, I don't know, 4 months or something like that. Seriously, it was pretty funny. Um, but I was surprised. I don't like this book, to tell you the truth. Um, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I don't have to like everything. But it is the best mind-only school book in the world that's been translated in English. And I do not say that because it's my book. I don't care. I personally, this book, I'm not like, oh my God. But for what it is the best. Seriously. Someone texted me last night. An amazing person texted me like, who never texts me, but has my number, good, very good person, like, oh my God, the Golden Key is amazing. And I was like, what? Huh? He's like, I finally understand the mind only school. I'm like, I know, it's weird, right? And it really functions like a golden key. And I'm telling you that from someone who I have no skin in the game. I mean, you should buy the book. But they said, wow, the golden key is historic. I'm halfway through and I'm completely in awe. I was like, whoa, that's a quote. That's going on the second edition. Okay, that's going on the back.
Some of the footnotes are mind-blowing.
Oh, the footnotes are incredible. That's one of the greatest things about this project is the footnotes. Honestly, you can't find that stuff anywhere. It's like impossible. If you don't have access to all of these books, you don't read Tibetan and West Chinese, and you don't do it on the level of a Geshe level, like someone who's trained for 20 years plus intensively. Those are the three requirements. And there's only like one person who fulfills all three of those. So it's difficult, you know. Now there's more. I mean, like Nick and Ben, are getting there where they're, getting very close to that. So, but it's still only like 5 people or something. That's why you have to study. What's a nampa? Anybody help him? He's only halfway through the book.
Type or aspect.
Yeah, aspect. Perfect. So I got distracted by the chat. Kangsak.
Who? Person.
Good. Tracy got it. Yeah. Kangsak just means a person. So this is apostrophe S. They're doc. It's actually doctor, but what's doc mean first of all?
Self.
Uh-huh. This is a definition of Nyuni, okay? And it's very important. Okay, do you want to know what I figured about the mind-only school? Seriously. Even though I don't like the book that much, I love the realizations from the book, okay? I haven't seen Emptiness yet, which sucks, but it does help a lot. Let me tell you, I'll explain it to you, really. and some of it you've heard before, some of it you probably haven't. Mind-only school is a stepping stone to middle way. What it does is it breaks down the hard parts of middle way for people who aren't fully in that view yet. And every hard part of the mind-only school applies to a difficult point in the middle way. All of them. And it's middle way with training wheels. Right? And then you take off the training wheels and you can fly, okay? So you can ride, I guess, in that analogy. But seriously, right now, this is the wheel of life. What's the first link in the wheel of life? Mike Hoffman or otherwise? Anybody?
The
What's the
wrong view.
Ignorance.
The first link is the wrong
Misunderstanding.
view, wrong understanding.
Okay. That's half, Jessica. Laura, what were you saying?
Misunderstanding is like it's the blind man, no?
Those
It's,
are both correct. I'm looking for like
Wasn't about the contact.
nope, that's the sixth one.
is acting with misunderstanding, or this is the second one, because the potter is already creating karma. So the first one must be
That's second link. Okay, you don't know
Yeah.
the first link of wheel of life. Let me get some really good karma and tell you today, okay? Seriously. I think one of the things in Buddhism I think about the most is the wheel of life. I think about it over and over in my head. All the time. This, that, this, and that. I do yourself a favor and one day just memorize the links. It's only 12. All right. Go to the knowledge base. Geshe has a few wheel of life classes. Listen to them over and over. All right. That's my recommendation. But here we go. Listen, the first link in the wheel of life is you thinking you exist in a way you don't. And thinking all your stuff, meaning all the stuff in your house and your family and anything that you consider yours also exists in a way it doesn't. That is the reason your life is horrible, if it's horrible. Seriously, or that it will be horrible or that you'll die, period. I'm not joking. That is it. Your mind has a little image that comes out of it that overlays on other things that are happening, and it says me. And it says mine. Seriously. Okay, here we go. You ready, Mike? This is important. I'm not really explaining this book that in depth. I'm mostly just doing the Tibetan and moving through it at a relative pace. But here we go. I'm planting seeds so I get enlightened right now. I hope it helps you too. Seriously. Is there a Mike Hoffman? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a Mike Hoffman. He lives in, I don't know if you want me to tell you everyone where you live. He lives in
Baltimore.
he lives in Baltimore, right? There's a Mike Hoffman. He's got a house that has nice brick walls in it, apparently. I like the brick. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you suffering because there's a Mike Hoffman that lives in Baltimore?
No.
Very good. So the Buddha's wrong.
No.
The Buddha's not wrong?
No. It's just
So the Buddha's right.
we're talking about different things.
Yes or no?
The Buddha is right.
Yes, the Buddha is right. Oh, so you're saying the Buddha did not say you suffer because you think of yourself as yourself.
What do you mean by self?
Yes or no? You're
Um, say that again?
You're saying the Buddha did not say you suffer because you think of yourself as yourself.
Buddha did not say I suffer because I think of myself as myself. Not because I think of myself as myself.
So Doc doesn't mean you, doesn't mean yourself.
Hmm. Yes.
No, Doc means yourself. It means self. Look, self. It says it right there. Self. It means you. It means I. It means me. Capital M. Right?
Right.
So therefore, you're suffering because Mike Hoffman lives in Baltimore.
No, I'm suffering because.
Yes or no? You're defending. You say yes or no.
Oh, no.
Okay, good. Correct. Now I'd say shock. All right, tell me. What is this self that creates suffering? Go ahead.
The self that has an opinion about what Mike Hoffman living in Baltimore means to Mike Hoffman.
No. Self-existence. This
Oh,
ta, this
the
ta.
fact that I think that me living in Baltimore is somehow not coming from me.
Correct. Exactly. Yes. So anytime you complain, have a hard time, anytime you have a mental affliction, it's because you either never got taught this, don't understand it, or forgot, right? It's legitimate. You legitimately forget sometimes, right? Oh, yeah. The reason this is happening is due to something I did, not just because. Self-nature means just because it's that way. So yeah, there's a Mike Hoffman. He lives in Baltimore because of the seeds he planted. Yeah. I mean, the seeds like living in his house, paying his rent, or whatever he does to live there, right? And the seeds he did before that, like giving someone else a house, paying them their rent, paying their rent, or whatever you did. If it's good, if it's bad, then you did something bad, okay? That's how it works. So this is the first link. So when you learn mind only school, it's trying to teach you the middle way by teaching you not the middle way because you're not ready or you need some clarification. All right. And this is what it's saying. It's saying the very essence. No, I'm going to explain the line now. Thank you, Mike. The very essence of the Nongmong Pa Chen Yin. Oh, I thought it said Yi. Anyway, the very essence of the negative consciousness is the fact that it directs itself towards the foundation consciousness, especially the ripened part, and it thinks me. And that's the first link of the wheel of life in terms of the mind only school. What's the difference between that and the middle ways version?
There's no kunshi.
Yeah, that's it. Who said that?
Laura.
Yeah, there's no Nyuni or Kunshi. All that stuff is added by the Buddha to help people who were overwhelmed by the middle way. Okay, I'll tell you something. I was in the sauna at my gym. I go to the sauna and someone was in there. I never met them. I said hi and they said hi. And then what's your name? Blah blah. And I said, well, what do you do? And I forget. I forget what they did. They said, what do you do? And I never know what to say. It's a little overwhelming, I think. But I was like, yeah, I Chinese medicine and I'm a Buddhist scholar. I don't know. This is a university town. It's people understand that. And they were like, what? And I was like, uh-oh, what happened? So apparently they study Buddhism and they were very interested in and so we started talking. So they weren't from the middle way school, they were Abhidharma school. Okay, they didn't know that. They didn't know the words, but they're Abhidharma school. And so we started talking, and within our conversation was probably 7 minutes long. Within 7 minutes, we hit all the major points of Buddhism, the difference between the lower school and the high school. Nirvana, they were like emptiness and karma within like 5 minutes. And this is what they said when we got to emptiness. Again, we didn't necessarily use those words, but that's where the discussion went. And they said, well, reality there's some objective reality. There's got to be some objective reality, is what they said. And I was like, yeah, that's a 2,500-year-old argument, at least. And they're like, it is? Because they'd never heard Mahayana teaching before. So I gave them some sprinkles, and then I like ran out of the sauna. I'm like, I don't want to get into that debate right now. But that's what we're talking about. How much objective reality do people believe in? And if it's too overwhelming to think that there's none, lie. You're like, yeah, there's some. No, shh. No, shh. There's objective reality. Don't worry. Shh, it's okay. Okay. And they're like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. There's a you. Okay, but then there's a kunshi and a nyuni, and then you start just making stuff up. Whatever makes them feel better. All right? And that's the mind-only school. Lord Buddha just making stuff up to make certain disciples feel better. Okay? And the other disciples just sat there in the background, didn't say anything, because they're like, oh, he's at it again. Such a good teacher. All right? It's like little kids. You don't teach them about inappropriate stuff. You'll hurt their mind. You'll literally hurt their mind. If you show a little kid something sexual before they're ready, you'll hurt their mind. If you show something violent before they're ready, you'll hurt their mind. If you start talking about your relationship with their other parent, you'll hurt their mind. So you say stuff like, thunder comes from when God is bowling. And they're like, oh, yeah, God is bowling. And then you say, run along, we love you. We'll teach you the real thing in 15 years, 20 years, okay? Got it? All right. Okay, and so the and it causes drips. What are drips?
Block.
Obstacle.
Yeah. It causes blocks. It is neither gewa or migewa.
Virtuous or non-virtue.
Correct. It's gangduong. It's neither of those two types. It is in fact longdu matenpa.
Is it neutral?
Yeah, neutral. What does this literally mean, anybody?
The Buddha didn't talk about it.
Yeah, he happened not to mention it, is what it means. And that came to mean neutral. It doesn't literally mean he didn't mention it here. It just means we call stuff neutral in terms of as a convention that the Buddha didn't say it. Okay? All right, Mike, please read this.
The aspect that the state of mind then takes is that of perceiving some self-nature to the person. As its very essence thus is to involve negative emotions, negative consciousness functions to block us from spiritual progress. It is, though, further, karmically neutral, which is to say, it was not clarified as being either a good deed or a bad deed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not to be persnickety, but you have to say this part differently. It's not as its very essence, thus, it's as its very essence, thus is to involve negative emotions. Negative consciousness functions to block us from spiritual progress. This is a because, not a like a segue. Its very essence, due to the
like is to involve. Its very essence, thus, therefore, is to involve.
exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. You got it. All right. I'm a translator. Talking normal conversations is annoying. People say stuff all the time like incorrect use of preposition. Oh no.
Strange syntax.
I know exactly. I'm like, did not use demonstrative pronoun correctly. And I can't say anything because it's so annoying. Nobody wants to hear about it. Well, it leaks out once in a while in my household, though. I'm like, what? What is that referring to? I don't understand. And they're all like, what? Huh? I'm like, I don't understand. Not clear enough. All right. I hurt my own brain, Tracy. Okay, who's next? Jessica, was it your turn next, I believe?
Yeah,
All right. Go ahead,
thank
please.
you.
Mhm.
For breakfast, suk kun ru ngã tháng năm giang bắc mê gấp pa ma đế pa lê lô múc pa trúc kỳ thang rụt chế giu sĩ nhén pê khô xem chung chỗ ngã yêu kyang.
Yeah, this is Chengyur, though. Chengyur.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, okay. And the other thing this person wrote me about, or we start talking, these books, because this is a poem by the incomparable, untouchable. It's impossible to even comprehend how amazing Jason Kappa wrote. He wrote a poem, and then our author wrote a commentary on that poem, okay? And that poem, along with another book called Chang'e Lekshin Ningpo, I think those two books together, um, if you read both of those two books, you can understand all the mind-only books. I know this because those are the two mind-only books that were ever explained to me, okay, by my teacher. And now I'm translating all the mind-only books. Okay, we're on, I don't know how many. I think we're on 23 or something, 24. Okay, and there's 65 of them or something. And I can read them, not perfectly. They're still hard. And some points are still I have to cook. But in general, I understand them. Okay, which is incredible. And it shows that these books are so comprehensive that they explain all the other ones. All right. And they say stuff like that. They'd be like, well, if you understand this book and you'll get all the other ones, and you're like, really? And then it's true, and you have to be like, okay. Buddhists win. All right, core rekpa. Well, let's just do core first. What's core?
What is the cycle?
It can be, yes. What else can it mean though?
Retinue?
Retinue. Retinue is closer. Retinue usually refers to like people though. Tracy, can you make it more relevant to this section?
How the sphere of people, of how they perceive it?
No, it's not about people.
Holding the list in our mind?
Yeah.
Collection?
Oscar says accompanied by, and that's pretty much correct. It just means the group. Core means group. So it can be a group of people, which we can say retinue in English, or it can be a group of mental functions. In this case, it's mental functions. It can be a group of, and
I
so
got it.
when the thing is accompanied by, it's what's the group that accompanies it. Thank you, Oscar. Good job. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Mm.
the group is Rekbat Sok. What's that?
It's the mental function with the contact and the rest like so what feeling, yeah, discrimination, those are mental function.
Yeah, what's the last two?
The last is it the last is the conception.
Discrimination.
Yeah,
You already said that.
you say số hòa rekpa.
General movement of the mind and attention are the ones you forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
Sempa Tushe Sorba Rekpa and Iche. All right. So
Yes.
that's a specific, good job. That's a specific group of mental functions called the Kunronga. Okay. Kunjo means always around, always follows, always happening. And nga, what's nga mean?
5.
Yeah. Yeah, those 5, and we just named them.
Yeah.
Tang,
Thang and
yeah, and Namyang, same as Yanghua.
Yunhua is very
Nah.
familiar. I forget.
What does Yanghua mean? Anybody?
Distraction.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Oscar. Yanghua means distraction. Namyang means distraction. Pak me.
Acme is the not it's careless. It's not care.
Oh, wait, yeah. Wait, Jessica's translating a mind-only book, which
Yeah.
just went over all of these and
Yeah.
defined
It's
them.
interesting.
Yeah. So here we are. Yeah, Pak me means carelessness, or mindlessness, like not being mindful. Okay. Goodbye.
Ipa is like widely something
To be wild. Yeah.
wild, yes.
Yeah. We usually translate it as agitation, but you can do it as
Agitation.
wildness, agitation, restlessness. There's several ways. Actually, and do you know how Oscar pronounced this one?
Gupa.
It should be, but I always hear it Gerpa. There's like a,
Gurpa?
yeah.
Hmm.
Geshe, I'm 99.99999% sure. It's like a colloquial thing. They say Gerpa. I don't know why. You can check me, but I'm like, I've heard it many times. So it's a little weird. Madepa?
Is unfaith.
Yeah, that's not a word, but you're right. In Tibetan, you can just put ma in front of anything. But in English, you can't do that in English. So in English, it's lack of faith. We don't have unfaith in English.
Sorry,
But you're
lack of
right.
faith.
You have the perfect idea. Yeah, but you have to say lack of faith in English for no good reason. Okay. Lelo?
Yeah. Lilo something like lazy.
Yeah, good. Laziness. Good. And then
Yeah.
mukba.
And then mukba is kind of negative, but I forget.
Mukba is some kind of stupidity,
As
ignorance, confusion. Yeah, it means something like that. Yeah. I think it literally comes from a term which means fog. I'm almost definite mukba means fog, literally. So like fogginess, you know, someone could be like foggy, like they're out of it or they don't get it. So let me check myself. Sometimes I'm like, where do I know this? How do I know this stuff? Is that right? I'm almost definite mukba means fog. This is my lazy dictionary. Sting of bees, bark? No, I don't know about that. Something's wrong with that. That's not right. Hold on, let me look at my dictionary. Ah, that's not it. That's my schedule. Here we go. I like to check myself because I usually remember, but sometimes it can mean bite. Oh, but it's the kultsig from mook. What? Hold on. Ooh, it usually has an S on the end. That's why. I thought it meant fogginess. Indulge me a second
It's
here.
a sa. Sa.
Yeah, I know. It's just saying it has a sa on the end usually, right?
No, in the upper joint.
Say again. I don't get some.
SUSMUGS.
Oh, so it's usually a sa.
Yeah.
Oh, so we missed it, I guess. That should be a sa. So let's see. Thank you so much, Gibson. Yeah. So it does mean fog or mist with a sa. But when is the mental function ever is the mental function also with a sa, or is this correct, Gibson?
Yeah, this is correct. It's only referred to a fog originally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gibson. Yeah, so it's the same sound, probably related, but different spelling. All right, I really appreciate that, Gibson. Thank you. All right, let's finish. So those druk, what's druk mean?
that's 6.
Yeah, those 6. And tengdu,
On
on top of that, yeah, on top
on
of that,
top. Yeah.
uh-huh.
Mm.
We'll talk about it later. This is later explained. The gyorshi,
The foundation.
wait, actually, this is will, I believe. We will explain, excuse me, later, the 4 that will be nenpad. This one you use in math in West Chinese. If you're doing math, you say nenpa.
I don't
That
know
means,
that word.
I know, it means to add. And when you add that to the core, what's that?
To the root.
Yeah, of semchungs.
Mental function.
Yeah, you get it equals chonga.
15.
Yeah, exactly. So do the math. What's 5 plus 6?
11.
Plus 4?
15. Yes.
Yeah,
Total.
it's 15. Good. Read this and we're done class.
Yeah. This state of mind further has 15 different mental functions which accompany it. This read retinue consists first of 1 to 5 contact and the rest of the 5 mental functions which are always present in the mind. Included next are the 6 mental functions of 6 distraction, 7 carelessness, 8 restlessness, and 9 lack of faith, 10 laziness, and 11 confusion. To those we then add from 12 to 15 4 functions of the mind which are to be explained below.
Correct. Yeah,
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. I don't know about this Mukpa, Gibson. I think there
Confusion.
I know what it means. Talking about the spelling. I think there has to be an S on it after the as
Oh,
well. What's that?
does it relate to the darkness? No.
It does. That's what it means. But look, at least in this dictionary, look, with the S here, the secondary, one of the group of the 20 secondary mental functions, which means your understanding is unclear, right? And here's the Zhongwen, which you can read better than me, right? Right, unclear mind. Xin Bu Ming Le, right? Your mind is unclear. So there's supposed to be an S.
Does it the Momba the same? Like
Yeah.
Momba.
Mongpa's related.
Momba.
And so's Munpa. Do you know Munpa? Class is over, by the way. Me and Gibson are just being super nerds now. You can go home.
No, I don't know Moon.
Munpa also means like, I guess
there's a sutra called it's related to this one, right?
That's a different one.
And that's a different one.
Yeah, that's Lunpa Dang Zhang, the Sutra of the Wise and the Foolish, that one. Yeah, not that one. Without the Ratak. So I think Munpa, Mukpa, and Mongpa are all related. It means darkness or something. Right?
Yeah, very interesting.
To us. All right. You're all amazing. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed class. I had fun. Yeah. I think the Mukba without the S is a misspelling. We didn't catch it. I'll put it in with a question mark. All right, thank you everyone. I teach all day today. I teach from 2 to
I use another dictionary with S. It say be focused mentally.
Without the S?
Yeah, with the S. Be focused. Like a be fog. Be covered by fog mentally.
Yeah, that's fine. That's true in this dictionary too, but it is not a noun without.
Yeah, it's not a noun.
It's not a noun. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it says that in the Greek dictionary too. So it's a small error, but here we are. All right. Yeah, I teach all day. I think today from 2 to 9. And I'm starting a fluency program. Everyone can come, all right? But only the hardcore students can participate in class. Only because it's like math class, okay? If you don't study enough, if you don't know the basics, you can't go forward. You can't do calculus without algebra. It's pretty much impossible. So if you do want to study really hard and participate, you are more than welcome. I have no qualms with that. I would love for you to do that. So I don't know. Contact me. I'm putting my email in the chat. If you really want to learn this language and feel like you can study enough, send me an email. I'd love to have you. It's going to be about 6 hours a weekend just on speaking. Okay? All right. All right. Take care. Treat yourselves well. Thanks for having me. And I'll see you Monday for more Golden Key. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Biết ơn thầy.
Thank you.
Thank you
Muchas gracias,
everyone.
Ward.
De nada, Lara.
you.